Hi everybody, it's Julie, and I'm here this morning with a fun little project, another episode of the Spring Blossom series. So I have this hydrangea note that came in. It is in the Spring Blossom kit that comes out today, and I wanted to make a little pocket for it. But I thought I wanted it to look like a basket, since we kind of have that theme going on in this collection and in this kit. So I'm going to use the wood grained paper. Each kit comes with a piece of the wood grain paper. Some of them got white and some of them got the brown wood grain. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up and measure across and get like what would be a pot size. So I'm just going to put one edge to the edge of the pot over here, and then I'm going to come and put I'm going to use my metal ruler and an X-Acto knife and just cut my paper right there. Okay, we're going to save this. We need this. Now I want my wood grain up and down because I'm going to make this look like a basket. So I want this solid piece to have wood grain up and down. And, okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this over. And I'm going to eye it. You can measure it if you want, but we need a space to be able to glue down excuse me, the pocket. So I'm just going to leave about a ½ inch. I'm going to come down maybe a little more, so like 5/8. I'm going to come down and I'm going to cut it here. So here's another piece. Of course, we save all of our scraps because I will probably use them. Next, you're going to come in and you're going to come over to this side. And you're going to go from the outside. Whoop. Make sure your little guy, you could washi tape him down. That might actually be a good idea. So I'm going to come from the outside, and I want kind of the same angle that the pot has. Okay, so I'm going to come from up in the corner. Now hold your paper, apparently. And come down and make sure that you go deep enough that your paper tears easily. Okay, so we have one side. I'm going to come back, put my plant back in my pot. I'll do it this way. Okay. Should never put your hand in front of the X-Acto knife. Okay, so we have the shape of our little pot, and we could just leave it at that and then just go ahead and turn this into a pocket. Put it in the book, put this on a page, and then be able to put the hydrangea in it. But that's not what I'm doing today. So we're going to come back in and we're going to go ahead and we're going to use our, I don't see through the good see-through rulers out in the other room. So I'm going to actually make some lines here. I'm going to start on the outside. And I'm just going to come down. I'm going to start at the top and come down. And on this side, what is that about? Wow, about 1/4 of an inch. Okay. And about 1/4 of an inch, and we're going to come down to just over 1/4 of an inch on the bottom. Okay, so now I come down and we're going to make cross lines going across. And what we could do is we could mark the lines that we want. So I marked them at 1/2 inch, and I just marked them in the center. It's okay. And then we're just going to try and, if you're really worried about how straight they are, you can go ahead and mark them in 2 places, and that'll help you have it be straighter. So we're just going to go up and make a line on each spot. Okay. Oh, one more. One more. There we go. Okay, so next we're going to come in and we're going to cut at these horizontal lines. Well, they're vertical on camera here, but they're going to be the horizontal lines in the basket. So we're going to cut here. Cut here. Cut here. And here. And here. There we go. So that should give us this effect right here. Ta-da! Okay. There we go. And then we're going to come back and we are going to cut our pieces a little less than the 1/2 inch. So we probably should measure I'm going to do better if I just eyeball it. But you can measure it. You just want it smaller than the... Okay, then we're going to come back and cut these. It's okay if they're not perfect, except for that they need to be... actually, it's okay. They just... And I could have done them a 1/2 inch. So when we're done here, I'll show you on the first video that I made that ended up with a phone call in the middle of it. Okay, nope, I need one more. That the first one that I made, I did the other direction. My original slits in it go up and down. Okay, so we're going to come back and we are going to put our we're going to weave a basket. Okay. So we started on the top with that one, so we're going to go underneath with this one. Whoop. So over and under is what we're going to do. And then we pull it down. Okay. And so we'll get this weaved basket effect. And I remember in the flower shop, a lot of times we take the hydrangea and just pop it in a weaved basket. And they always look so nice in a weaved basket. So that's what prompted this. And that's the reason that I bought the wood grain paper, was so that I could make these little baskets. Now, obviously, because the basket is got a little bit of an angle to it, you know what, we're going to put that one over. Might even trade it with one of the other ones. Okay, this wood grain, you see how this wood grain has this right here. I want the one that has those to be in another area, so it doesn't look like it's the same piece. So you can move your pieces around, just make sure that next to each other is the opposite, you know, so that it looks like it's been woven. Use this one. So I thought that you could also do this like on a pocket, and that would be, you know, could be straight. It could be done on a flip or a tuck. It'd be kind of cool, just because it's different. Wow, this one doesn't want to come through the next spot. Oh, my finger was my finger was hiding it or stopping it from coming through. Okay, so here we need to make room for that one to come through. And of course your last one's going to be the hardest piece to get through. There we go. So there we have a little woven basket. And now we can pull these. Okay, and this is what it looks like on the other side, and actually the white side looks pretty cool. So you could do this just with some white paper, and I think we'll do that later in the book for like a tuck space or something like that. So you do need to glue your edges down with something. We'll just need a little piece. Just a little piece. A little bigger than that. Make sure that you don't have any glue left after. Of course, down on the bottom you'll be able to have glue. Oh, look at this one is not gone through. Make sure all your pieces are all the way through. Okay. I haven't used my glue in a couple days. Been all about that kit. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there is our little basket, and then you're going to want to come back and cut off these pieces, and of course we can save them because we will be able to use them in this project somewhere else. So there's our little basket, and it's going to become a pocket for our hydrangea. So we don't have our book put together yet, but that's what that's going to be. And I just wanted to give you that little bit of an idea there. We could go ahead and we are going to have these two amazing pieces of white paper. You could use copy paper. I probably would use copy paper for this, actually. So I'm thinking it's going to be, if this was the flap, okay, so if we're going to do a flap, then we could go ahead and mark this. Our little 1/2 inch, and I think it's gonna be easier to cut this way, and then we'll only have to put in a few papers. Okay, so I'm marking at the 1/2 inch there. I'm gonna go ahead and mark our edge. So we're only going to want to cut from one side to the other so far. Okay, and you could use pencil. Oh, we're out of whack there. This is going to get covered with a note paper, one side or the other. So this will be the side that gets covered. So just doing the same idea, we're going to go ahead and we're going to eye this. But we're going to cut from one line across to the other at the 1/2 inch. You could do this bigger if you wanted, so that but you could do this on copy paper. So this is something you could do and have it ready for your book, even for when your kit arrives. I think the basket weave is going to be fun for spring, just for something different. I mean, you could do a basket weaved card and a pocket letter. You could do basket weave card and then put like a collage on the front of it for a greeting card, a birthday card. So I think the basket weave is kind of fun. Haven't done it in a long time. But that hydrangea, like I said, it just reminded me of back in the day in the flower shop. Hydrangeas would come in, it was like boom, boom, you just took them out of that pretty paper wrapping that the plants come in. Sometimes, actually, in the flower shop, they didn't come in the pretty wrapping. At Vaughn's, when I worked at the grocery store, they did. They came in the, well, it's not really pretty, but it's a little package thing. So there we go. So we've got that. And then I'm just gonna, for this one, I'm just gonna come over to this. No, I'm not gonna take it from that side. I'm gonna grab another paper for now. You could take it from the other side, but I do want to be able to use that page in the book. And these white pages, if you're using these, they're really a lightweight paper, not quite tissue paper like, not like vellum, but They have a different texture and feel to them. It's cool. So like I said, I would actually probably use copy paper. Okay. So I've cut 4 of them. I don't know if we'll be able to use all 4, but we'll see. And we're just going to start and go ahead and again, we're going to do the weaving. If you stick the first one's easy. If you stick your thumb up and just pull the ones that it's supposed to go under, up, it'll go under it. So what other things could you use this basket weaving technique for? It'd be pretty on a scrapbook page for texture. And like I said, this is the wrong side. Should show you what it's looking like on the right side. Okay, so there's our first one. We'll move it over to the edge. Pull it down. Okay. Add our next one. We start. You can do this one probably faster just by doing the same and then pulling it to the side. Yeah, you could do that. Same thing like for the bottom, for the basket of a hot air balloon. What else? Hot air balloon. I guess if you're doing snake taming or whatever out of a basket, you could use Easter baskets. Yeah, Easter baskets would be good. Okay, so there we have the 2 that are alike. And I'm going to take the thicker one of the 2 that are left and just go up the center. Let's just guide it through. So did you get to see the moon yesterday? Here in California, we had an excellent visual of it. Of course, it happened at like 4:51 or something like that is when it started, and so I didn't go and just stay out and watch it. I just kept going out and checking it out because I was chilly. It was 33 degrees when I finally took a picture of as my granddaughter called it when she was little, the temperature clock. So we're just going to weave this through. How cool is this? Now we have a really neat, I think this is going to be a really neat addition. Look at there. So we'll just glue those edges, and then when I'm ready to use this in the book, we'll see, I'll probably use like a note card. I haven't I mean, not this one, but something like this. You can come back and just cover this with something that would be on the inside. Like that. Okay. So there is making one for a side border. And then, let's see. Could also we'll go with a 3-inch. Oh, better put those back in the kit. Okay, so I've cut a 3x3 square. And then we're just going to do the same thing. Come back. And this is just eyeballing it. Remember, you want to come in from the side and leave a little bit out on the side there. Oh, I need one more. We need it to not move. Okay, so you might want to washi tape this paper down. Or hold it with your finger. Okay, so we have another. This one's just a regular square. We could use some of this, but we'll come back and use some of our scraps. And I'm going to be basket weaving the whole square, but if we use this for a tuck spot, you know, that opens up and has, okay, that one's, whoa, almost, be careful about that. Okay, so do y'all remember weaving? Did you weave in school? We did. Did a little basket weave. Did a little basket weaving, did a little weaving somewhere out there in the world. So it ended up being the size of a placemat. My little woven thing. Then I came home and tried to make a loom. Might only get to do one more in there. This is kind of cool because then you can use this as part of the theme that makes your project cohesive, is having the woven aspects throughout. Okay, so there's that one. Let's pull this one. Pull this one down a little. Pull this one down. So you want to go ahead and glue those edges down and then cut the sides off. And for this one, you're gonna want to also glue a paper. Boy, that was fast. It closed up quickly, didn't it? Dried up quickly. So in this particular project, you could just use some lined paper here. My math page, when I was counting all the things on the lace so that I would be able to okay, so I'm just going to come down here. I think I'm going to go ahead and frame it with a little bit of the yellow. I can always change my mind. Okay, so I need to still glue all the edges, but I'm doing a shortcut here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. You get 2 of these pieces of yellow paper in your kit. Okay, so now we've given that some what would you call it? Strength. It's stronger. The paper is stronger. It's thicker. Okay. So, and then fold it like this. And you know what? Well, we'll see. I may end up cutting off this this border. So now go back in and just glue these down. Okay, so we've made a border tuck, and we'll be adding something in here, and we have made this tuck space, and we have our basket for our hydrangea note. And I will probably sew this on because of how limited the space is. And then if this ends up, for some reason, if it won't fit in there, then I'll just come down and make this just a little bit smaller. But I think this is going to be kind of cute. Have the basket, going throughout. And you know what? I think I'm going to leave it just white. So I'm going to come back and just cut the yellow paper off. But if you like it with the edge, you can leave it with the edge. And I like using the lined paper on the inside of these because then you get a place to write. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you some ideas. I did want you to know also that I had forgotten to tell you that the pink flowers, there's 6 of the pink flowered eyelets also that have been added to the kit. So there you go. Hydrangea basket, basket border, basket tuck, basket weave tuck. Okay, and you can see how cool this would be even like this as a pocket. Just to make your pocket to be different. So if this was at the bottom of your page, wouldn't that be really pretty? So find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Have an amazing day and see you later today. Bye-bye.